So we had to process and dispatch 7 of our chickens. We do live on a farm, so if we can grow and raise our own meat, we prefer to do that. That way we know what's in them, and I don't have to worry about anything extra being put into the chicken besides what's there. What you see here is 4 chickens in one roaster pan, and I typically cook my meat prior to canning it. You can raw pack it, meaning put it in your jars raw and can it that way. I have never done that. I've always cooked my meat first. And then we're also going to season it. So my seasonings are minced garlic, minced onion, rosemary, which is the stuff you see floating on the top of the water, and then salt and pepper. That's how we like our seasoning for our broth. You definitely could add more, add less, change up the seasonings to any seasoning that you want to make it taste to your liking. It doesn't have to be exactly like this. So we're going to cook this on low on about 250 and just let it cook until it is very well done. And the meat right here is literally falling off the bone after we have cooked it most of the night. And that's what you want. You want the meat falling off. And then after it cools, this was really hot here. So after it cools, what we're going to do is we're going to debone all of the meat. And this is the broth that's left over. We're also going to can some of our broth, but we're going to put it in with our chicken too that'll be in the jars. So, and it's very flavorful. You want to debone your meat. This is what's left. You also can see like all of the bones and stuff there. So we can use that to make broth again. You want to make sure you have a base in your canner. You never want to put your jars on the bottom of the canner without some sort of a base. They can crack and rupture and break and all that good stuff. Fill your canner 2 to 4 inches of water. And then you're going to want to heat that up before you ever add the jars. I also add vinegar to my canner. Just a little bit, maybe 3, 4, 5 tablespoons of vinegar. If you have hard water, it will leave a film on your jars, and this prevents that. And it keeps them nice and clean and pretty. So you want to heat your jars. There's lots of different ways to heat your jars. This is how I do mine. The USDA says that you do need to submerge them in boiling water. This is how I learned and how I've always done it. So, and you're going to take your jars after they're heated, fill them up with all of your chicken. And you can use a little spatula just to kind of pack it down in there the way you want. And then you'll get a nice full jar of chopped up chicken. And you want to leave about a 1-inch head space when you do this as well. So then you're going to I add about a half a teaspoon of canning salt, and then fill it with that broth that you saw earlier to about that 1-inch head space. Make sure there's no air bubbles in there. Get my lids that have been heating. Well, clean my tops first and then get my lids that have been heating. You want to put your rings on finger tight and put them back in the canner. And there's the finished product.